Professor in IIMT College of Engineering, Department of MCA. The topic of my lecture is e-commerce, which is from the cybersecurity. Here we go. What is commerce? The first question arises in the mind is, what is commerce? Commerce is an important part of a business. It is an interchange of the goods or the services. It's, in simple words, commerce is nothing but buying and selling of the goods. Commerce means the trading of the goods or the services which we are doing in the daily basis. It can be defined as a field of the study that deals with the business and its operation. The web application that we are using today, like the Amazon, Flipkart, Blinkit, Grofers, these all are the example of the e-commerce. If we do any type of the trading or the commerce electronically, then it is called the e-commerce. E-commerce or electronic commerce is the process of buying or selling goods, products, or services over the electronic medium. Here, internet is used as the primary electronic medium or network to do type of transaction. E-commerce is a medium of trading for goods and services between buyers and the sellers through an electronic medium. Internet is obviously internet is required for the communication, for the intersection, for the transaction between the sellers and the buyers. There are multiple buyers who are eagerly buying the products from the seller, from the different sellers. E-commerce is also referred as a paperless exchange of a business information using EDI, email, electronic fund transfer, etc. For example, Amazon, eBay, Flipkart, Blinkit, Grofers, Big Bazaar, etc., Big Basket, etc. are the world's leading e-commerce websites. E-payment systems are widely used in those electronic commerce sites. We generally use various e-payments methods like credit, debit cards, internet banking, UPI payments, e-wallets for buying or selling the product. We may use our e-wallet. We may use e-payment for the transaction, or we use the cash on delivery process also. E-commerce technologies. These are the several technologies which are included in the e-commerce, like electronic markets, electronic data interchange, internet commerce. The use of, first one is the electronic markets. The use, what is it? The use of information and communication technology to present a range of offering available in a market segment and enhance enables the purchasers to compare the prices, make a purchase decision. The usual example of an electronic market is an airline booking system. There is the potential for new electronic markets to be created using the internet technologies. Electronic data interchange. The electronic data interchange provides a standardized system for coding trade transactions so that they can be communicated directly from one computer system to the another. EDI removes the need for printed orders and invoices and avoids the delay and errors implicit in paper handling. EDI is used by organizations that make a large number of the regular transactions. Examples are the large supermarket chains and the vehicle assemblers, which use EDI for transactions with their suppliers. This is used for the transaction, for the paperless transaction record. Information and the internet commerce. Information and the communication technologies are also used to advertise and make one-off sales of a wide range of the goods and services. This type of e-commerce is typified by the commercial use of the internet. The internet can, for example, be used for the purchase of books that are then delivered by the post, or the booking of the tickets that can be picked up by the clients when they arrive at the event. It is to be noted that the internet is not the only technology used for this type of the services, and this is not the only use of the internet in the e-commerce. The trade cycle. The conduction of commercial transaction involves the following steps. Number one is pre-sale, execution, and the settlement, and after sales. Pre-sales means the search, finding a supplier. First we find the supplier, then the negotiate, and negotiate means agreeing the terms of the trade. Next step is the execution, means the order and the delivery of the order. Third one is the settlement, means the print of the invoice and the payment mechanism. After that, the after sales, example like warranty, guarantee, and the other services, services. Next one is the generic trade cycle. The trade cycle varies depending on the nature of the parties of the transaction, the frequency of trade exchange, the nature of the goods or the services being executed. There are three generic trade cycles can be identified. One is the repeated, second one is the credit, and third one is the cash. Means regular repeat transactions between commercial trading partners. This is called the repeat trade cycle. Irregular transactions between commercial trading partners. This is the credit trade cycle. An irregular transaction is one of trading relationship. It is the cash trade cycle. The main term which is used in the e-commerce is the value chain. What is it? A value chain is a chain or the series of the activities designed to meet business needs by the adding values or cost in each phase of the process. Products pass through all activities of the chain in order, and the product gains some value at each activity. Types of activities in the value chain. There are two types of the activities. One is primary activities and second one is the support activities. Primary means the inbound logistic operation and outbound logistic marketing and the sales and services. These five are the primary activities, and the secondary activities are procurement, human resource management, technological development, and the infrastructure. These are included in the support activities in the value chain. What are included in the primary activities? One is inbound logistic, involve relationship with suppliers and include all the activities required to receive, store, and distribute inputs. Operations, all operations are all the activities required to transform inputs into the outputs. Outbound logistic, these includes all activities required to receive, store, and distribute the output. Marketing and the sales, these activities are informed buyers about the products and services, encourage buyers to purchase them, and make easy their purchase. Last one is the services. The services includes all the activities required to keep the product or service working efficiently for the buyer after it is sold and delivered. Next is support activities. Support activities include the recruitment is the acquisition of input or the resources. Human resource management consists of all the activity involved in the recruiting, hiring, training, developing, compensating, and dismissing or laying off the personnel. Technological development pertains to the equipment, hardware, software, procedures, and the technical knowledge brought to bear in the firm's transformation of inputs and the outputs. Infrastructure serves the company's need and ties its various parts together. It consists of the functioning or departments such as accounting, legal, finance, planning, public affairs, government relations, quality assurance, and the general management. Value chain and the e-commerce, how they are interrelated with each other. Internet is the medium for this. Increase the speed and the accuracy of the communication between the suppliers and distributors and the customer. Internet is the basic medium for the successful of e-commerce. It increases the speed and accuracy of the communication between suppliers, distributors, and the customers. Low cost means companies of any size can participate in value chain integration. E-commerce enhances a value chain, offers new ways to reduce cost or improves operations. Business capability. The business idea backed up by the immersive use of the technology will only work if the business has the skill and the infrastructure to operate it. This analysis is often refers to as a gap analysis. At the basic level, the need is to check the existing company can cope up with the expected demand and can be expected to do so. Business capability. Existing business strategy. The adoption of commerce by an organization may involve the automation of an existing process, which imply a major change in the infrastructure of a business or the way that it conducts business. The example of where e-commerce strategy could radically affect business strategies might be a decision to choose down retail outlets and serve customers online, expansion into new geographical markets where the company previously did not operate, a move from selling through local agents to the selling direct, strategy formulation and implementation planning. The inputs to the strategy formulation process are the result of evaluating e-commerce technology, business environment, capabilities of the organization, existing business strategies, and the existing business strategies. The subsequent steps of implementation and evaluation are shown. These are the some evaluation strategy. There is no set pattern to the strategic formulation process as it is so dependent on the personalities involved. Some organization will hire consultants to give advice or to rather the advice in an impartial manner. The process is responsible to include stages of the identifying options, evaluating options, and then selecting the strategy that is to be adopted. The strategy once adopted then need to be translated into a plan for implementation. This needs to include a timetable for jobs to be done and the commitment of resources to enable the jobs to be done. E-commerce implementation, how a person can implement the e-commerce setup. Technical implementation, the approach to technical implementation of an e-commerce system depends on the business objectives, the type of business you are running on, the business requirements, the resources and the requirements of the business, and the technologies that have been selected. If you want to work on the website, then you have to choose the technology according to that. It is important that the design process considers the ease of use of the system by the intended end users, always an important factor in system design, but crucial if the end users are to be members of the public with perhaps limited computer literally and the option to switch to an alternative website if not satisfied. The functionality that the users need, this has to be what the user want rather than what the organization thinks they need. The primary focus is always a customer, not the organization. The back office system customer of an online service quite reasonably expect a rapid response, and the back office system need to be able to meet this requirement. We as a customer always need our services on time in the early basis, so this is the priority for us and also the priority of the organization. For a volume e-commerce system, this requires that the customer front end integrates with the IS system. Business implementation, how to implement a business, put in place the business infrastructure to support the new e-commerce facility, market the new e-commerce facility to the intended users. The most organizations moving into e-commerce will take a staged approach. Initial implementation may have limited functionality and be offered to a limited audience. Full implementation of e-commerce can have a considerable effect on the shape of the business and the way it does business. E-commerce evaluation, how the e-commerce is evaluated. All the new IS systems should be properly evaluated after the implementation, and this is particularly important for a system that is used by people outside the company. Loop back from the evaluation is shown as three levels. First one is the improved it, second is revise it, and third one is the updated. The whole process works in a loop. Now, improve it. Implementing a e-commerce site remains and in exact science feedback from customers and testing using people not involved in the site development can indicate where changes are needed. The site can be improved. Revise it. Business results from the use of e-commerce may indicate the need to change the e-commerce strategy and the implementation plan. The planning can be revised. Third one is the updated development in the competitive position, changes in the company, or the emergence of new commerce technologies may indicate the need to revisit the strategy processes. The strategy can be updated. So there are the three things. One is the improve it. We may improve our strategy. We may revise our strategies. We may update our strategy according to the need. Types of e-commerce system. There are these 6 basic types of e-commerce system. One is B2B, second one is B2C, third is C2C, fourth is C2B, fifth is B2A, and sixth is C2A. B2B means business to business, B2C means business to consumer, B2C means consumer to consumer, C2C, C2B consumer to business, B2A business to administration, C2A consumer to administration. Business to business means one business head is interacting with the another business head for the evolvement of the both. This is what B2B says. B2B e-commerce can be simply defined as the commerce between companies, or companies do business with each other. Here the companies are doing the business with each other. For example, a manufacturer selling a product to a wholesaler, a wholesaler selling a product to the retailer. Here manufacturer, wholesaler and the retailer all are doing their separate business. These are the business owners who are interacting with each other to sell their own products. This one is the basic diagram what I'm trying to say. One is manufacturer and the wholesaler and the retailer. There are 3 business running in the previous slide. One is one is the business of the manufacturer, second business is of the wholesaler, and the third business of the retailer. There are 3 business: wholesaler, manufacturer, and the retailer. Here, manufacturer has a website using which wholesalers can purchase product from the manufacturer. When the wholesaler places an order on the website, the information regarding the order will be received by the manufacturer through the website. Then after processing the order, the manufacturer will send the product to the wholesaler. This is a loop. This is a continuous loop which will carry down in the next order also. After receiving the product, wholesaler can sell it to the retailers. Next one is the business to consumer. Here the business owner directly communicate with the customer to sell their products. B2C models works as its name suggests. In this model, the company sells their product, goods, or the services directly to the customer, directly to the consumer online. Here, the customer can view products on the website that they want to buy and can order it, like Myntra, like Amazon, like Flipkart. These all are some example of the e-commerce website, e-commerce fashion websites. After receiving the order details, the company will process the order and send the product detail to the customer. For example, Amazon, Flipkart, etc. Are this type of e-commerce business model which we are using in our daily lives. We can view products on the websites like these services. After receiving the order, the selling company of the product process it and send it to us. Here a business company is selling their product to the customer with the help of an e-commerce website. C2C, C2C, consumer to consumer, means here the one consumer is selling their product to the another consumer, like OLX. OLX is the best example of the C2C type. Here a consumer sells product, goods, or services to the another consumer using the internet or the web technologies. The C2C business model helps us to sell our assets or properties like a car, house, bike, electronics, etc. via online to other consumers. For example, OLX, Quicker, etc. are this type of business model. Here, if consumer one wants to sell a product, then he can purchase the detail. He can publish the details of the product on the website like OLX or the Quicker. The consumer too can view the details of the product on that website. The consumer one wants to sell. If consumer 2 is willing to buy the product, the consumer 1 is selling, then the buyer can directly contact the seller and product will be sold. Here the consumer 1 and consumer 2 both are in the same platform in the OLX, and consumer 1 publishes its goods, and consumer 2 purchase it. Here products are selling directly from a consumer to the another consumer via the website. Second one, fourth one is the consumer to the businesses. A consumer to the business model is a type of commerce where a consumer or end user provides a product or service to an organization. In this business model, individual customers offer to sell products or the services to the companies who are prepared to purchase them. For example, if you are a software developer, then you can show a demo of your software or skills that you have on the sites like Freelancer or the Fiverr, etc. If a company likes your software or skills, then the company will directly buy the software from you or can hire you for their services. B2A, business to the administration. Business to the administration also refers to as the business to government commerce. In this model, the business and the government agencies use central website to exchange information and do business with each other more efficiently than they usually can off the web. Business to government business to government is also refers to public sector marketing. That means marketing products and services to various government levels. For example, B2G business network provides a platform to businesses to bid a government opportunities such as auctions, tenders, and application submissions, etc. C2A, consumer to the administration or consumer to government e-commerce model helps consumer to request information or post various feedbacks regarding public sectors directly to the government authorities or the administration. Consumer consumer to administration or consumer to government e-commerce model provides an easy and instant solution or way to establish communication between the consumers and the government. For example, making electricity bill payments through the government website, making payments of the taxes, payments of health insurance, etc. are C2A type of the business models. These are the some basic information of the e-commerce, and thank you for today.